I'll be going over a pretty late game boss in this game that I truly think is a very good game. I won't be talking about the endings or other big surprises that happen in this game. Elden Ring, the game I said will be the next best thing. Now, to most people who started this game, might think this is a masterpiece game of the decade. Well, that was for me the same, till I reached late game. When you reach late game, the ball in Elden Ring is not exactly dropped, but it gags and vomits out these 3 mandatory bosses. They're very terrible bosses. The final boss is one of these bosses. Now, I'll only talk about this boss. This boss is the worst boss I ever faced in a video game. This one boss honestly makes me warn people about trying this game. Godskin Duo. Side note, I was gonna do an Apex video, but this boss was so bad that I decided to do this video instead. And one last thing, this isn't gonna be like my Minecraft video. That video was comedic and sort of me joking around. This video isn't me joking. It's me being honest and genuine. Alright. Firstly, this boss is a duo. That's an immediate red flag. Because From Software has a curse where they made one really good duo boss and never make another good duo boss again. Except for this game. Now, in this game, there are a lot of duo bosses. All of them are terrible, because those duo bosses are just regular bosses in the same room. But at least for most of them are optional. But this mandatory boss, that's also 2 bosses that you may have fought before, are also in the same room. That is just great. Thanks Godskin Duo for representing all the duo bosses in this game. Alright. Secondly, this boss has a shared health pool. So the way you defeat this boss, or should I say bosses, is not by killing both of them. It's by removing their health pool. To make it more clear what I'm saying, when you kill one of them, the dude you killed respawns. So in reality, what I heard from the map, you have to kill one of these bosses 3.5 times. Doesn't matter what order you go for. Like, I genuinely want to know how this got passed by Miyazaki and everyone else at From Software. Alright. Further. So, I can be here all day, talk about how their moves are bullcrap, how they don't stagger after you hit them, how one of them can do this.
He's still going. He's still doing it, huh? I'm gonna kill him.
But I think I have to say, the worst part about this, it's mandatory. This abomination, this hellhole, is mandatory. There are only 12 mandatory bosses in this game, and you decide this should be one of them? Not only is the final boss complete doo-doo, this boss is something you will have to face to beat this game. Look, Miyazaki, if you really want your fantasy to become a reality of reusing 2 bosses and putting them into one room, first of all, you did that 20 times, but if you want to do that with a shared health pool, at least put them in like a crack den where nobody can find them. And if they do, they can just say, oh well, I'm not fighting that. You have done that for many bosses already. But you decided this is a boss everyone should face. The biggest problem with this, Elden Ring is in a state where all the very good players have beat the game already. And the really new players it's their first Souls game and had trouble beating the first boss are like mid-gamer. And probably about to feel the very big difficulty spike that this game has. And I'm just gonna say to all those new players, good luck. So to conclude, these 3 bosses, one of them being Godskin Duo, one of them being the final boss, and I won't talk about the other one, but little hint, he's pretty good at making mixtapes, have made this game to a solid 10 out of 10 to a very low 9 out of 10. With caution tape saying having to fight Godskin Duo. I'm gonna be dead honest here. Godskin Duo is everything people hate about this genre, why it has its flaws, and it's put into full show by being mandatory. This boss does not fit your quote. It doesn't fit this game, it's a puzzle piece in the wrong box. You know, before Godskin Duo, I was gonna do some dumb YouTube Shorts poem about how good this game was. One of the lines are gonna be, I have seen the flame of ambition while you lose repetition, which isn't true anymore. because I have this guy dual bosses more than Apex videos I postponed.